If you're a fan of energetic, momentum-based 2D platformers with a ton of personality, or you just want to play a 2D platformer as a cute witch girl, you should try SomnaBuster, because personally, I think it's one of the best that I've played in this genre in quite some time. Loosely inspired by the 16-bit platformers of the 90s, SomnaBuster has a simple enough moveset, letting you run, jump, and blast yourself across 21 different levels. But its hidden complexity lies in how you combine your moves. Using the main character, Macy's Broom Burst, you can blast yourself forward with incredible speed, but in order to maintain that speed, you'll need to master the rest of the moves too. You can flip your gravity by touching the ceiling, you can double jump, and after a double jump, you can do a spin move, which allows Macy to bounce off both enemies and the ground, retaining momentum. And combining these moves with the level design is vital to mastering the game's flow. Macy will go zooming about, but she'll also grind on rails, bounce off giant drums, get launched out of a cannon, and fly for a bit. This game does a good job of constantly keeping you moving, even when you're not trying to go fast. But let me tell you, when you master the game's movement and you do go fast, it takes some time to master, but it's incredibly satisfying when it does click. It's fluid, bouncy, and just plain fun, man. I do kind of question the decision to make extra lives a factor in a game made in 2024, but ultimately, the game is so fun that I didn't really care that much about that after a while. Getting a game over just restarts the level anyway, and replaying the earlier section of the level faster just makes my brain feel all tingly. Like I put it in a microwave or something. But there's more to SomnaBuster than just speed. Not only are there collectibles and secrets to find, but the game demands your attention with its wonderful, colorful world. It almost feels alive and is positively bursting with creativity. I mean, would you really want to just rush through all this on your first run? Okay, well, maybe you would. I don't know. I don't know you personally. Look, these are rhetorical questions, okay? I found myself enamored with this game's art style. This colorful, sketchy-looking world is brought to life by how it's illustrated, from the various biomes to the countless characters you'll find on your way. Seriously, the cast in this game has such lovely designs, from the main characters to the more minor ones you talk to once or twice. It's all just so lovingly made. That being said, I did occasionally find the art direction a little disorienting, especially when playing in high speeds. Ran into a little bit of a Sonic Mania issue every now and then, where sometimes it was hard to tell where the ground was due to it getting a bit visually busy, and the color choices mixing everything together. However, the moments where that happened were few and far between. Most of the time, the style works in the game's favor, and not only is it gorgeous, but it's constantly inventive. The worlds are already varied enough. From a moonlit mystical forest, to a bustling music-based world, to an industrial complex built within a child's toy box. But each level within these worlds expands on the concepts and twists them in really cool ways. For example, going back to that music world, you start on the outskirts of a musical city. The next stage takes you to the jazz-based capital of said city, and the last stage of this world is a groovy nightclub where the people are being controlled by a funky fresh DJ. On that note, the bosses are pretty cool too. They go by a little quick since you can basically hit them at any point, but I much rather that approach than the whole Sonic Rush thing where you have to wait for the enemy to attack and go, "Get ready to be skewered!" Some of the bosses in the late game are a little annoying, but on the whole they're pretty fun. Overall, SomnaBuster really does its damnedest to make the dreamlike world of Esperanto feel lived in. For an indie game, I was wowed and impressed constantly. Even more so when I learned the turnaround for this game was only a year and a half. Like, honestly, props. And I wasn't just wowed by the aesthetic changes, but the constantly inventive level gimmicks too. This game never stops experimenting and throwing stuff at the wall in its level design, but it always gives you room to breathe and use the mechanics that you're supposed to use for speed as well. One of my favorite level gimmicks in this game is in World 6. The theme of this world is a landfill full of forgotten and abandoned machinery, but the last level in this world has you entering abandoned arcade machines. You'll do all sorts of minigames from shoot 'em ups to Street Fighter, and that really charmed me. I found it super cool and creative, the way they used Macy's moveset in such different ways here. Though in regards to the shoot 'em up, they just changed the control scheme entirely, but that's still fun. Top it all off with a deliciously twangy Sega Genesis-like soundtrack, and from the gameplay to the presentation, SomnaBuster is an absolute winner of a game in my book. But that's not all, because this game also has a story, and it's really quite nice. Our main protagonist, Macy, before falling into the world of Esperanto, was just a down-on-her-luck accounting student. But as she falls into this world and becomes a silly little witch with an explosive broom, she embarks on a quest to find a way home. She goes through 7 worlds and ends up helping a lot of Esperanto's people along the way, though not always through the most orthodox means. The story balances some outrageously funny writing with some nice, sincere, and heartfelt moments, and I felt it really rounded out the game's personality. There are points where the writing is a little less prominent, but the end of each level gives a little commentary from Macy's perspective, which I think is a fantastic touch. Keeps the narrative in the back of your mind even when not much is happening in it. Some give her personal thoughts on the levels, while others are just kinda silly. I really enjoy this little touch. And the webcomic-like visuals on the cutscenes are especially wonderful. I dug the details of how the drawings occasionally distorted to look like they were on an old monitor. And some of the ways the art changes in the endgame are especially rad, though I wouldn't dare say more than that. You'll have to play the game for yourself to see what I mean. Or watch a playthrough. I don't know, I'm not your boss yet. But as a whole, I found SomnaBuster to be a wonderful time. A punchy little platformer with creativity and heart. This is a game that's definitely worth looking into. I know there's a lot of games coming out this year, especially in this last quarter of 2024. But I truly feel like you shouldn't let this one slip past your radar. Give it a try with the free demo on Steam, and if you like that, maybe give it a shake. You might find a new favorite.